Hello, everyone. We are doing our Decoding Your Superpowers session today, and it is just me, Linda Karchner. My buddy Teresa Lysam is busy with other things and had some technical difficulties trying to access her Zoom account. So I'm recording this on my own and sharing it with her. So you're getting this as a recording instead of as a live stream. So, what we do in these decoding your superpowers sessions is we talk about the Clifton Strengths assessment and how much we love it and how it helps us to see um, who we are and who we're meant to be and who we are um, when we're living our best lives. So this assessment is an online assessment. You cannot take it pencil and paper. It's just too much computer stuff that has to happen to give you the results back. So it's an online assessment. It costs around $60 plus tax, depending on where you're at. And it is a very wise investment of $60 in order to be able to see how you live in your strengths and in your superpowers. Often we have heard that we need to um, uh, improve our weaknesses. We need to get better at doing the things that we're not good at. And Don Clifton, who is the original author of the Clifton Strengths Assessment, he had a different viewpoint. He said, what if we focus on what people do right, where they're strong, and how they can do everything through knowing what they do well. So these 34 different strengths or talent themes are what, through tons and tons of research, the Clifton Strengths came to realize that are the 34 strengths that human beings have across the board. And they have found that this is even cross-cultural, across, you know, genders and ages and uh, the whole nine yards, that these are universal talent themes. So everybody has these 34 talent themes, but each person has them in their own unique order. And my dog thinks he wants to come up and spend some time with me. All right, here we go. So if you do math, which is not my strong point, but if you would figure how many different combinations there are of these 34 different strengths, it would be in the millions and billions. And so no two people have exactly the same 34 strengths in exactly the same order. It's statistically, mathematically impossible, or very unlikely. Um, Clifton Strengths actually has a little website that you can access to try and find your strengths twin, and that would be the same top 5 strengths in the same order. And there are very few strengths twins out there, and that's just looking at the top 5. Okay. So when you get the results back from taking this assessment online, you get a lovely report of like 25, 26 pages. And the very first page will look something like this. There's some extra text there as well. So this is the overview of a particular individual, and this is an actual strengths report, the results from someone. So what we do, what Clifton Strengths does first is they have their amazing computer algorithm that they take, and they say this person leads with strategic thinking Clifton Strength themes. So it could be executing, which is the purple. It could be influencing, which is the orange. It could be relationship building, which is blue, or it could be strategic thinking, which is green. So for this report that you're seeing here, Clifton Strengths has assessed this person as leading with strategic thinking themes. However, as you can see by this person's top 10, they have 4 strategic thinking in their top 10, but they also have a pretty powerful showing of executing strengths. Those are the purple ones. So even though just counting the strengths or saying, okay, how many in the top 10 isn't a highly sophisticated way of breaking down the report, CliftonStrengths has already said that the top 10 is this individual's most important themes, the things that energize them the most. So looking at that and saying, okay, you know what? CliftonStrengths has already said that this person for number 1, number 7, and number 10, they have a strong energy or connection to those strengths. So it's pretty safe to say that if there are 3 or more of a certain theme or domain in the top 10, that it's something that is powerful in that person's life. But the person definitely leads with strategic thinking, the green ones. So for this person, it's analytical, futuristic, input, and learner. And then their executing strengths are restorative at number 1, responsibility, and focus. And then there's a little sprinkling of influencing with command and significance, and also just a tiny little bit of relationship building at individualization. And individualization is kind of has an executing flavor to it, because it's all about seeing how certain people have certain strengths and knowing what position to put them in, what role to put them in for a project or a job or a team or something like that. So individualization is a really great strength to have. It's my husband's number 5 strength. And so that has been something that has been helpful for him because he's a pastor. So knowing where people fit in the organization or the congregation and what they're passionate about, what areas of ministry they enjoy has been very helpful for him. So let's go back to this report that we have here in front of us. So let's look at the strategic thinking strengths first. This person has analytical at number 2. So someone who has analytical high, they look at the causes, the data of why something happened. They analyze it. So they want to know the reasons that things were kind of set into motion that got you to this place. But kind of the flip side of the coin, this person also has futuristic high. And that's kind of what you think of it. They are a person who has big ideas for the future, who sees the way things could be in this, like a future world, and they want to get other people on board with their visions of the future. They also have input at number 5. Input is also mine at number 5, so I know this one really well. Input is about gathering information and resources, and sometimes even stuff, in order to share it with other people. So input is not just about having the stuff, it's having the resources because you know that there might be a need later on that you would be able to impart that knowledge, share that resource, or be able to add value to someone else's life later. Learner at number 6. So that's my number 1 strength. So this person loves to gather and absorb information. So that's what learner is about. And learner is a little bit more internal. So they are someone who likes to improve themselves by gaining knowledge. So, then let's talk about the executing strengths just a little bit. Restorative at number 1. This person likes to, they can easily see what needs to be fixed, and they like to right wrongs. They like to fix what's broken. They like to take things that other people might say are useless or hopeless, and they want to fix those things. So then they also have responsibility at number 7. Responsibility means that you take psychological ownership of what you say you're going to do. And so if you say you're going to do something, you follow through on it when you have responsibility high. And also focus. They're like a dog with a bone when they get, when they figure out what's wrong with something, why it happened, how it can be better in the future. They can just focus. It's like they have blinders on. They can be single-minded about resolving the things that need to be resolved or dealing with whatever task that they have in front of them. And just to throw in a little bit of, this person has command high and also significance high. So someone with command high, they can go in and take charge of a situation. They don't have any problems doing that. And it's kind of like you think of the 5-star general of an army. When things are going really rough, when the battle is at its worst, that 5-star general has the authoritative stand, has the wherewithal, the knowledge to go in and right the ship. Wait, I'm mixing metaphors there. Get things, back on track and get everybody moving in the way that they should move. Also, significance. This person wants to make a difference. They want to leave a legacy. They want to know that what they're doing is more than just, here today and gone tomorrow. So then the last thing I'll just take a minute or two to look at is the bottom strengths. We don't call these weaknesses because these are all strengths. These are all talents. It's just that these are bottom strengths for this person. They don't have the energy to do these, and if they try and make these first and foremost in their life, they feel awkward, they feel uncomfortable, and everyone around them does too. So they're not so much the person who has to have everything. I'll start with harmony. Has to have everything harmonious and operating by consensus. They don't have to do things that way. They don't have to be the person with developer who is the cheerleader for other people who are like making baby steps along the way. They don't have to be that cheerleader. They don't have to be the person with empathy who can read the feelings of the room. They also don't have to be the person with positivity low that sees the bright side of everything. They also, with includer low, they don't have to make sure everybody has a seat at the table. And with maximizer low, and it really makes sense that maximizer is 34 for this person because restorative is number 1. Maximizer is someone who takes something that's going really well, something that's good, and takes it to that next level to make it superb. This person really does better with seeing what's broken and working toward fixing it. So it's just a little taste of what the CliftonStrengths report can tell you, the value of it, and what it can do to help you see how you were made to be to live in your zone of genius, and also kind of give you a little bit of permission to not have to be something that you're not. So just kind of to uh, have a little disclaimer, it's not that this person or anyone else in this situation shouldn't be positive and supportive and encouraging to those around them. It's just that they don't function the best when they are doing that with those strengths. However, this person can learn about other people. And that is something that is a great relationship building tool. This is someone who, with individualization, can focus on that. Someone who has responsibility high, they know that it's important to create healthy relationships. So they will do that in their own unique way. Just they don't do it by using the strengths that are in the bottom. So, all right, we're going to wrap up for today. And next week, we'll have Teresa back again. We're hoping to come up with a well, she will be back, and we're hoping to come up with a little bit of a special treat for you to focus on the strength of connectedness. So we will see you next week, and we hope that you enjoy learning more about your strengths. Feel free to comment in the comment section and contact either Teresa or myself, and we will be happy to help you out with learning more about your strengths and how to access your strengths report. All right, bye.